Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for this? Maybe? Thank you. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's time for the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the 2nd of August, and it is a Tuesday. Tuesdays, for some reason, seem to be decent trading days. And boy, have we had a lot to look at today. The indices are all pretty much right in lockstep. I don't know that any one of them is any stronger than the other, but they sure started this down move. And what time did that start? Right at the open, or darn close to it. But they seem to be in a bit of a bottoming mode here for the last, I don't know, hour and a half. So if they break on beyond this chop, they'll continue down, and otherwise they're going to chop around here for a while, and it's possible for them to bounce off of it. The NQ, which I do have up, is putting up its second green E. It doesn't look too promising to me. But this morning, I don't know if anybody trades the Aussie dollar overnight, but boy, did that thing, it just roared to life. So something wonderful must be happening in Australia. I don't pay much attention to their news and economic numbers, but I noticed first thing this morning, the Aussie dollar just was booming today. And so is the yen, and so is the 6E. The Canadian dollar was for a while, but this down move in crude oil is dragging the Canadian dollar down along with it. Gold has been up today. If you don't watch gold, today was a very good trending day. There were some trades for various strategies on gold this morning. And my little friend Bonds did a real nice job. It gave 10 ticks to the downside and then turned around and gave plenty more than 10 to the upside. I am noticing when the 8 EMA and the 50 EMA cross, particularly at a magnet, you've got a real significant signal there. Lori and I were looking at a trade that she and I both took with just a little bit different take on the setup, and that's typical. It comes down to a style. I'm now realizing that. But what she saw, she marked on her chart, and she posted that thing a little bit ago. But I wanted to scroll back here on this 6 tick because it was very, very obvious to me on the 6 tick. And that was, what time did this do this? Did it right here about 9:30-ish. Right. Okay. On the 6 tick, this had tested the high of the day, went right up here, backed off, went up and tested it again. And it's real easy to see right there. Backed off, and Lori and I were talking right in here, and she was talking about a touchback or whatever it was, and I took this right here at the deviation and a relatively tight stop because my thing is that's the third, that would be the third try, and on the third try, crude oil will get one of those real fast little blasts. And if you're sitting up there, if you don't have your order sitting, either a buy stop or whatever mechanism you use to for that thing to pick you up at the bus stop, it happens so fast that you can't get in. But it did burst right on up there and went up to the next deviation level plus a tick or two. So there are different ways to see these things, and they all you end up at the same place. It's just a little different view of looking at some of them. So early this morning, once this thing broke settlement, and if you notice right here, this is also what I'm talking about, the cross of the 8 EMA with the 50 EMA right at this magnet level. That is a terrifically strong move right there. And Lori was talking about this touchback. She's really developed almost a seventh sense for these touchbacks right here. This was just a great trade. And the other thing I noticed when I look at this, I'd be inclined to get out right here at settlement. And, you know, the trading police are not going to come after you if you get back in once you see it's going to leave. But when there's a trend like this and you get this elevator right here in the middle of a trend, that is a very strong signal that that trend is going to continue. So down and down to this, this is the big weekly magnet down here at 39.44. So anyway, I think that's about all I see this morning. I know we're all trying to kind of get a feel for this new indicator, and it's going to be a heck of a lot easier when it's completed, because right now Jamel hit the nail on the head yesterday. He's trying to do too many things at once. And I sure know that feeling. Tomorrow we're going to have, we've got the non-farm employment change is out at 8:15. So since that's 15 minutes ahead of where a lot of people try to find the news, just be aware tomorrow morning is going to be 8:15. And 9:45 is the final PMI, which may or may not do too much. But at 10 o'clock is the ISM non-manufacturing PMI. And at 10:30 we'll have crude oil inventory. Crude oil has really sold off here, and I'm looking at also a daily chart for the last, I don't know, what is this, 6 months? And this is making a significant move. If this big magnet here at 39.45-ish, 40-45-ish doesn't hold this thing, it's likely to continue down for another, I don't know, couple points, and possibly more. I'm thinking it might go on down to around the 36-ish. Not all at once, but there's not too much holding it up. Gold has really had a nice upturn. So anyway, I think that's about it. I don't see too much else. If you have any questions, be sure you ask them in the room so everybody can. We all learn from each other. That's the whole point of doing this, is we're just at different stages. I kind of look at trading like being on the conveyor belt of life. Some of us got on the conveyor belt a little sooner, so we're a little farther along, and then some just hopped on the conveyor belt right away yesterday or today. So if you walk into this room and you're feeling a little overwhelmed, Trust me, every single person, including me, including Lori, including anybody you see in here, we've all been there. Believe you me.